Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling a really critical intersection, artificial intelligence and cybersecurity.
It's huge right now.
Definitely. We'll be exploring how AI is fundamentally changing how we defend against digital threats. And importantly, we'll take a close look at the AI plus Security Level 2 certification.
Which is designed to give you the skills you actually need in this space.
Exactly. I mean, the sheer scale of AI's impact.
Yeah.
It's almost hard to grasp sometimes.
It really is. Globally, the economic footprint of AI, they're projecting it'll hit something like $1.35 trillion by 2030.
Wow, 1.35 trillion. That really sets the stage for the kind of transformation we're talking about.
Yeah.
And when you focus just on cybersecurity, that growth is, well, it's explosive.
Oh, absolutely.
The AI cybersecurity market was valued around, what, $22.4 billion in 2023?
That's right. And the prediction is it'll balloon to $60.6 billion by 2028.
60.6 billion. What's a growth rate on that?
It's a compound annual growth rate, a TAGR of 21.9%. So huge year-over-year growth.
21.9%. That isn't just a small adjustment. It feels like a total reshaping of the security landscape.
It absolutely is. And, this rapid growth really highlights something crucial. Our traditional cybersecurity methods, they're struggling.
They just can't keep up.
Increasingly, no. They're often outmatched by the speed, the sophistication of modern cyber attacks. I mean, threat actors are using AI now, too.
Right. So our defenses have to evolve just as fast, maybe faster.
Exactly. AI isn't just nice to have anymore. It's becoming essential.
Okay, so given that backdrop, this massive growth, the evolving threats, let's really dig into how AI is actually changing the cybersecurity game. What are the key ways it's being used?
Well, one of the biggest areas is real-time threat detection. Think about traditional antivirus. It looks for known signatures, right?
Right, known bad files.
AI algorithms, though, they can sift through just vast amounts of data constantly. They're looking for subtle patterns, anomalies, things that might signal a brand new threat, like a zero-day attack.
Ah, so things that haven't been seen before.
Exactly. Often catching it before it does real damage. It's sort of like having this incredibly sharp, always-on security analyst who never sleeps.
So it's moving beyond just recognizing the known bad stuff to identifying the unknown weird stuff.
Precisely. And its power also extends to advanced threat intelligence.
How so?
AI can pull together and actually make sense of information from tons of different places. Security feeds, dark web forums, news reports, even social media chatter.
Okay.
It builds a much richer, more complete picture of what threats are out there, who's behind them, and what they might do next. This helps predict future attacks and, put better defenses in place.
That makes sense. But what happens when something does get through? When there's an actual incident, how does AI help then?
That's where automated incident response really shines. AI can jump in and handle many of the routine, time-sensitive tasks.
Like what?
Like isolating machines that are infected, blocking malicious IP addresses, maybe even applying kernel patches. This automation just drastically cuts down the response time.
And time is critical in a breach.
Absolutely critical. Minimizing that window minimizes the damage, the cost, everything.
That speed advantage sounds huge. Now, I've also heard AI is getting good at understanding sort of normal user behavior.
Oh, yeah. Behavioral analysis, that's a powerful application. AI essentially learns what's normal for your systems and your users.
Like what time I usually log in, what files I access.
Exactly. So if suddenly you try to access super sensitive data you've never touched before, or log in from, I don't know, halfway across the world at 3 a.m.
When I'm usually logging in from New York at 9 a.m.
Right. The AI flags that as suspicious, potentially a threat, even if there's no known malware involved. It's great for catching things like compromised accounts or even insider threats.
Okay, so it's less about known bad signatures and more about that just doesn't look right based on past behavior.
You got it. And AI is also beefing up how we authenticate users. Passwords alone, we know they're weak.
Yeah, easily stolen or guessed.
So AI lets us layer in things like biometrics, fingerprints, facial scans, but also more subtle things, like analyzing the rhythm of your typing or how you move your mouse.
Really? Your mouse movements?
Yeah, behavioral biometrics. It creates a much more robust, multi-layered way to prove you are who you say you are. Much harder to fake.
That sounds significantly more secure. What about finding weaknesses before they get exploited? Can AI help there?
It can. That falls under proactive vulnerability management. AI algorithms can analyze software code, system settings, public vulnerability databases.
To find the potential holes.
Exactly, to find those potential security weaknesses before the attackers do. This allows organizations to patch things up proactively, making them a harder target.
It sounds like this isn't just theory. You're saying companies are actively using AI like this now.
Oh, definitely. Major cybersecurity players, companies like CrowdStrike, Palo Alto Networks, they've integrated AI really deeply into their platforms. It's enhancing everything from detection to response.
And are we seeing results?
We are. There was an IBM report, I think, that showed organizations using AI-driven security tools saw, on average, a 27% reduction in the time it took to identify and contain a data breach.
27% faster. That's a significant improvement.
It's a game changer in terms of limiting damage.
Okay, that's compelling. But with all this potential, surely there are roadblocks, hurdles to actually getting AI implemented effectively in cybersecurity.
Well, absolutely. The potential is huge, yes.
Yeah.
But a 2023 survey really highlighted some key challenges. A big one, 42% of employers surveyed across the US, Germany, UK, pointed to a lack of AI skills in their workforce.
So you can have the best AI tools, but you need people who actually know how to wield them effectively.
Precisely. The tools don't run themselves, not entirely. You need that human expertise to configure, interpret, and manage them.
What other barriers came up in that survey?
Well, cost was a factor for about 21%. Same percentage, 21%. Mentioned just not having the right AI tools available yet. Then integration challenges, trying to plug AI into existing, often complex IT systems. That was an issue for 22%. And dealing with the sheer volume and complexity of data needed to train AI effectively, that was a barrier for about 25%.
So it's not just plug and play. You need the skills, the budget, the right tools, and a way to handle the data and integration.
Exactly. The benefits are clear, but getting there requires addressing these factors, especially the skills gap.
And that leads us perfectly into the AI plus Security Level 2 certification, doesn't it? It sounds like it's aimed squarely at that skills gap.
It is precisely. This certification, offered by AI Certs, is specifically built to empower professionals, cybersecurity folks, IT teams, cloud specialists, risk managers, with the actual knowledge and practical skills to integrate AI into their security strategies effectively.
Right, equipping people to meet these new demands.
It's all about bridging that gap between the potential of AI and the reality of implementation.
Okay, let's unpack that Level 2 certification then. What's actually covered? What kind of curriculum are we looking at?
It's pretty comprehensive. It really builds from the ground up where needed. Starts with Python programming.
Which is foundational for a lot of AI work.
Right. Then it dives deep into machine learning concepts, basically. How computers learn from data, and specifically how you apply ML in security.
Can you give examples?
Sure. Things like using AI to detect malware, spotting malicious code, or using AI to make email security smarter, filtering out sophisticated phishing attempts.
Email security. Always a battleground.
Isn't it just? The certification also covers various anomaly detection techniques like we talked about, spotting that unusual behavior. And it looks at how AI strengthens user authentication.
Okay.
And importantly, it doesn't shy away from cutting-edge stuff either. It gets into technologies like generative adversarial networks, GANs.
GANs, what are those in a nutshell?
Think of it like two AIs learning in competition. One AI tries to create really convincing fake data, maybe fake network traffic that looks like an attack. The other AI tries to spot the fake.
Like a training contest.
Exactly. And through this contest, both AIs get smarter. This has big implications for both creating better attack simulations for testing defenses and for building defenses that can spot more sophisticated fakes.
That sounds like a solid theoretical foundation. But cybersecurity is so hands-on. What about practical application?
That's absolutely central to the AI plus Security Level 2 certification. There's a major focus on real-world experience, and it all comes together in a capstone project.
So you actually build something.
Yes, you apply what you've learned to solve a real-world type problem. For instance, maybe you'd build an AI system to detect fraudulent credit card transactions by spotting weird spending patterns.
Okay.
Or you might design an AI-powered email filter, or implement a system using behavioral biometrics, like that typing rhythm analysis we mentioned for user login.
Got it. So it's really about proving you can do it, not just understand it.
Exactly. It moves beyond just theory into practical, actionable skills. And another crucial piece. The certification includes ethical and regulatory insights.
The responsible AI angle.
Yes. Because with great power comes great responsibility, right? Professionals need to understand the ethical implications, the privacy concerns, the legal frameworks surrounding AI and security, how to deploy these powerful tools responsibly.
That's vital. Okay, and what about the strategy? How do you actually get these AI systems working effectively within an organization?
That's covered too under strategic AI integration. The course teaches you how to define clear goals for AI in your security setup. How do you measure success?
Right.
It also covers assessing your current infrastructure. Are you actually ready for AI? What needs to change? Plus, how to train your teams to work with these new AI tools, because it changes workflows.
Yeah, that adoption piece is huge.
And finally, how to set up continuous monitoring and tweaking of the AI systems to make sure they stay effective as threats evolve.
It sounds incredibly thorough. Does it require like a PhD in AI to even start? What are the prerequisites?
That's a great question, and no, not at all.
Mm.
That's a key point. The prerequisites aren't heavy. What you really need is a genuine passion for AI and security, a basic grasp of computer science fundamentals,
Yeah.
a real willingness to learn, a growth mindset, and definitely an ethical approach. You don't need to be an established data scientist.
That makes it accessible to a much wider range of people already working in related fields.
Exactly.
So who specifically should be looking at this? Which job roles really stand to benefit from the AI plus security level 2?
Well, obviously, cybersecurity professionals themselves, analysts, engineers, architects looking to upskill and future-proof their careers, that's a core group.
Makes sense.
But also, IT professionals and system administrators. They're on the front lines, managing the systems AI needs to protect and run on. Understanding AI security is becoming part of their job, too.
What about the cloud folks? So much is moving to the cloud.
Absolutely critical for them. Cloud architects and engineers need to know how to bake AI security into cloud environments effectively. And think about risk management specialists.
How do they fit in?
They need to understand both the capabilities and the potential risks of using AI in security to make informed decisions about the company's overall risk posture.
And it's not just the purely technical roles, right?
Yeah, definitely not. Business leaders, decision makers. They need to understand AI's role in security to make strategic investments and set policy. Even software developers building security in from the start is key. And security consultants need this knowledge to advise clients properly.
So pretty much anyone touching digital security in today's world could benefit.
That's the bottom line. Understanding this AI cybersecurity intersection is becoming increasingly valuable across a whole spectrum of roles.
So getting this certification isn't just about learning new tech, it's really about career development, staying relevant.
It is. The AI Plus Security Level 2 certification really helps foster what you might call an AI-ready culture. It benefits the individual, yes, but also their organization. Well, it opens doors for continuous learning workshops, further courses keeping skills sharp. And again, that emphasis on hands-on projects means you walk away with practical expertise you could use immediately, not just theory.
And it could even help people step up into leadership roles.
Absolutely. Mastering these skills puts you in a position to lead AI initiatives within security teams. You become the go-to person. By gaining these skills, you're directly helping to bridge that industry-wide AI skills gap we talked about.
Right, making yourself and your organization more capable.
Exactly. It prepares you to tackle the sophisticated threats we're seeing now and the ones that are inevitably coming down the line. You stay ahead of the curve.
The message really seems clear then. Cyber threats aren't slowing down, they're getting smarter, often using AI themselves. And AI is becoming an indispensable part of our defense. This AI plus security level 2 certification sounds less like an optional extra and more like a crucial investment.
I'd agree. It's really more than just getting a piece of paper. It's about joining this growing community of experts who are actively defining the future of cybersecurity.
So for anyone listening who feels ready to make that jump, to become that AI-ready cybersecurity expert, now's the time.
Definitely. We strongly encourage you, if this resonates, to enroll today in the AI Plus Security Level 2 certification from AI Certs.
And the place to go for all the details, curriculum, prerequisites, how to enroll is icerts.io. That's AICERTS.io.
Take that first step. It's an investment in your career, absolutely, but also in helping secure the digital world we all increasingly depend on.
icerts.io. Take that step to become the AI-ready cybersecurity expert the future needs.
Couldn't say it better.
Well, that brings us to the end of this deep dive. Thanks so much for sharing your insights.
My pleasure. It's a fascinating and critical topic.
And thank you all for joining us.